Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dr. Joe Bretsky, and I have a confession to make. Here in the South, sometimes it's easy to admit this, sometimes it's harder, but I want you all to know that I am a hip-hop fan. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. I wanted to hop on and say that. I enjoy listening to hip-hop music. No, just recently, about last week, J. Cole, a rapper from North Carolina, released an album called KOD, and that stands for Kids on Drugs. And I wanted to read a little bit about what his inspiration for that album title in the interview he did. I'm going to read it to you guys. He says, "If I turn on the TV right now, it's not going to be long before an advertisement pops up to say, 'Are you feeling down? Have you been having lonely thoughts?' And then they shove a pill in your face. Kids on drugs." That's what his album's about. A lot of times hip-hop glorifies drug use. And to this day, it always kind of has, rock and roll. That's what it's all about, I guess. But this was a really cool thing that kind of happened in society. A mainstream rapper kind of going against that grain a little bit. And I can guarantee you've heard of all sorts of issues about our kids being on drugs. In high schools, particularly opiates have been run rampant all the time. A lot of this stems from physical pain, which turns into more of like an emotional pain. Nobody wants to stay on opiate drugs forever. The prescriptions end. They go on to more intense things like heroin and fentanyl. Look up fentanyl, a drug called fentanyl. And I can guarantee you, if you look on news, you're going to see that the top 3 to 5, it's not about the good things about fentanyl. It's about how people are overdosing on it. Drugs, in many ways, are killing our kids. You know, here in Atlanta, where there's a company, I guess you could call it a company, but it's for a big billboard you see all over the place, 411 pain. You're in pain, call 411 pain, and we'll get you this, we'll get you that, we'll get you prescriptions or go to doctors, whatever you need to do. All this craziness, these kids being on drugs, it's reaching a tipping point. J. Cole just said it. You heard it there first. If you see J. Cole, tell him to come on my show. Hey, Dave, thanks for hopping on. If you guys hop on the live feed, type in where you're coming from, and share this with somebody who needs it. But the tipping point, guys, is pretty incredible with these drugs. It's getting to the point where people are realizing it's a huge problem. And just now, last week, there was a bill that was passed in the great state of West Virginia, wild and wonderful, about how MDs that are prescribing any kind of opiate drugs are mandated by the law that they have to send those patients to see chiropractors first. That's incredible. You guys, that's a huge deal, and there's just 49 more states that need to step up their game, and that's going to be a truly amazing thing. You see, I'm working on my tipping point. I'm a chiropractor. I recognize that there's no drugs that heal. The greatest doctor in the world is the one that's within you. If I cut my hand right here, it's not going to be the lotion I rub on it or squirt antibiotics on it. That's not what's going to heal it, because I could do that same thing to a dead person and the dead person will not heal. The greatest doctor is already within you, and it just needs to be expressed to its potential. I can guarantee we wouldn't see as many kids on drugs if that was the case. If people were expressing their optimal health. Dave, Kids on Chiropractic, I like it. KOC. I'll tell Jay, maybe that'll be J. Cole's next album. So, anyways, guys, when it comes down, a lot of cases, it's pain. People are afraid of pain, physical pain, emotional pain, and it may start with the physical, broken leg, whatever, but nobody wants to be on those kind of drugs forever. That's why you see them. These recreational, it's not recreational drugs. It's a deeper level of pain. I truly believe and recognize that there's an innate healing capability within each and every one of you, and it just needs to be expressed to its potential. Let me help you do that with specific chiropractic care that realigns the body, correcting misalignments, allowing you to function your best. It's so simple. It's so simple. So Kids on Chiropractic. I like it. Thank you guys for joining, and we'll talk to you next week.